This is the Kibosh Rapid Pipe Repair Clamp, and it's a genius invention. Unfortunately, I'm not the one who invented it, but that's all coming up right now. Hey, welcome folks, it's Bob here from bobsplumbingvideos.com, and on this channel I provide free plumbing tutorials for people who don't want to call a plumber. No fancy scientific data, no chemical breakdowns of the materials I use in these videos, just common sense solutions to everyday common plumbing problems. After all, folks, you shouldn't have to take out a mortgage to be able to afford a plumber. If you're new to the channel, I highly recommend you subscribe. Also, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you'll be notified of when I post a new video. Now let's get into this video. Oops, I almost forgot. Get lost. Hey folks, before we get into it, I just want to make you aware the Kibosh Rapid Pipe Repair Clamp is currently available for 1/2" and 3/4" copper tubing and PEX tubing. This is not a permanent fix, folks. You have to get the plumber in and make a permanent repair. Now let's get into the video. Okay, so here we are on the home page of the Kibosh Rapid Pipe Repair Clamp. Now I discovered this doing some research to title one of my videos that I just posted to YouTube. And while watching videos, I saw a demonstration by a gentleman on this clamp that just kind of wrapped around the pipe and he clamped it on and it stopped the water. And I said, wow, this is like an incredible product. So I started searching on the internet and I came across the website and a guy by the name of Ross Dickinson, which is from Scotland, invented this product. And I just thought it was an incredible thing. And why haven't I heard about it until now? Maybe my head's been in the sand. But nevertheless, I came to the website and I'm going to recommend all you guys come to the website, search around, take your time. I'm not going to do that in this video, but briefly, we'll click on the About tab here, and it gives you a brief description of Ross and how he came to invent the product. You'll click on the News tab here. It'll take you to the chronological order of which things developed for the product. And you could do that when you have more time. I would recommend we skip this tab because it's all in Japanese. And then I would recommend you go to the video gallery. Now, the product, and watch this video. As a matter of fact, I think we'll watch it together. Check this out. Gives you all the patents that he has on this product. An everyday occurrence. Somebody putting a floor down, somebody putting a screw through sheetrock. This happens every day, folks. Just because it hasn't happened to you yet doesn't mean it won't. Puts this right over a press coupling. Currently, it's available in the US for 1/2" copper tubing and 3/4" copper tubing. You can slip it in between the notch of a joist if you have to. And if the notch is not big enough, you simply get a saw, cut it out, knock out the piece, slip on the Kibosh clamp. You're done. You don't have to worry about not getting a plumber or not finding the shutoff valve. Look at the way it goes right over a press coupling. Incredible stuff. Genius, in my opinion. How many folks have done this? Drill through a pipe in the wall. Look at this. Right on, right in between the notch. Done. Water damage to a minimum. And then you can get back to life. And these clamps withstand pressures up to 150 PSI. Now, I don't recommend you purchase them through this website because I believe this website is it's UK based, so it's in pounds. So they're available on several or from several retailers in the US, and you can get them on Amazon. I will leave links in the description box down below. Currently, they're being developed to be used on oil and gas, which would be an incredible thing. Just an incredible, incredible lifesaver. So, folks, I suggest you go check out this website. It's kiboshpiperepair.com. Read all about it. And let's get down to the bench, and I'll show you some ways you can practically apply this. God forbid you have an emergency in your home. So this is the Kibosh Clamp. Put a kibosh on it. I love it. I ordered mine from Amazon. I ordered two of them. I ordered 1/2 inch and 1/3 inch. So 1/2 inch in the UK world is 16 millimeter, and in the 3/4 inch version, it's 22 millimeters. This is how it comes. Very simple, nothing fancy. Gives you some examples on the back of the package on how to use it, and I'll go over some of them right here. And simply open it up. Let me give you a quick tour here. So this is what it looks like. This is the clamping action. It was simply, that's it. Get it on the pipe and you stop the water from leaking. So let me open this up again and just show you that inside you have, I don't know, well, you have a series of gaskets, on, one on each side. But what I wanted to tell you was that in here, I guess you would call it the safe zone. So within the clamp here, it's approximately 1.5 inches. So if you have a split due to a freeze, 1.5 inches in length, it's going to work fine. If you get into that 2 inch, 2.5 inch area, not going to work. You're going to have to find a way to shut the water off. You have a fitting, you have a coupling maybe. Maybe the pipe froze and it didn't split, but the coupling, the solder joint by the coupling was weak and it kind of popped the seal. You can put this right around. You can fit a coupling in between here. You can fit a standard sweat coupling, and you can fit a press coupling, a press fitting. And again, this is a simple, genius invention, in my opinion. And the only unfortunate part is that I didn't invent it. Now, in the package, there's a label, and I know everybody likes to open up the package and throw everything away. What I'm going to recommend you do is take this card out and read the back of the card very carefully. There is a whole bunch of cautions, what to do, what not to do, and it's very extensive, my friends. I'm not gonna read this for you, but as you can see, as we scroll up here, there's a lot of information on here. I suggest you read it just so you understand. Again, this is a temporary repair. This is not a permanent repair. So you get that water stopped, and then get on the phone and start calling plumbers, unless you have your own plumber. But make sure you read the instructions, folks. They don't put this in here just to waste paper and ink. They put instructions in packages for a reason. And that's for you to read them and fully understand what the product's all about. So please, please, please read the instructions when you get your Kibosh Rapid Repair Pipe Clamp. So having said that, let me move down closer here to this piece of pipe here, and I'll show you the parameters. I got a little dot, if you will, right here, which is going to denote a hole that somebody put a screw through. And this little zigzag is going to represent a frozen pipe that expanded and broke. And I have a line to the left, a line to the right, which basically gives you that safe zone inside the Kibosh clamp. So anywhere inside these two lines, which is 1.5 inches in width, if the problem lies anywhere in between, that's going to work for you. So if there's a coupling in between here, a sweat coupling or a press coupling, you can certainly fit the Kibosh clamp over it. But if your burst section of pipe goes beyond these 2 marks, that clamp is not going to work. So with that, let me just move my little wooden jig forward, and I'll show you some situations where this could be helpful. Again, folks, bear in mind this is a temporary fix. It'll buy you time. It'll save you thousands of dollars in water damage. It's just something that I think every homeowner should have in their toolbox. You should buy one of each size, put it in your toolbox, and hope that you're never going to need them. Anyway, let's get up to my jig here, and I'll show you how you can use this. So, bingo, there's one situation where someone unknowingly put a screw through a wall and you screwed into the pipe, and now you got a leak on your hands. And let me remove this screw here. So you got a hole in there, the water's spewing out, and this pipe is in the corner of a wall cavity. And simply, we're going to try this without getting in the way of the camera. So naturally, the water's leaking out, and what you want to do in here is come in, get this clamp on here, and you're going to have to squeeze the clamp a bit with your hands and just get this to where it can. There you go. I just stopped the water. Now you can buy time. Now you can call the plumber and do what you have to do. So very unique, very quick. If you can't find the shutoff valve, or you just are freaking out and don't know what to do, this is going to get the job done. And then you could breathe a little bit, get on the phone, call the plumber up if you have a steady plumber, or if you're looking for somebody. The Yellow Pages, which I don't recommend, or forget Yellow Pages, excuse me, the internet. I don't recommend, but there you go. You now have stopped the water. Alternatively, let's say you had a freeze up and the pipe didn't split, but the solder gave way, and now the coupling is spewing out water either one way or the other. Same thing. Again, you have an 1.5 inch safety zone here, and this coupling, if we look at this coupling, is approximately 1 inch. So you're good. You're golden. So you can get this clamp and so to speak, center it over the coupling like this, and then get this thing shut. Again, you're going to have to squeeze, excuse my hands here, but we're going to have to squeeze this puppy on here and get this clamp closed. And there you go. Done. You've stopped the water again. Genius, genius, genius. Nothing else to say. It's the fastest way I know of. Although in the old days, I'll tell you, somebody put a screw through a piece of copper. The fastest way to stop that leak was put the screw back in and then call the plumber. But I like this method better. No doubt about it. And finally, there's that situation where it may have split. Same thing. You have an 1.5 inch safety zone. So you take this clamp, kind of center it if you can. I know the water's going to be spewing out while you're doing this. Again, excuse my hands, but I have to squeeze this. I get this clamp attached, and then I have to, there you go. You just stopped the water. You just saved thousands in water damage. Now you can breathe a little bit. You can call the plumber if you can't get out till tomorrow, not a problem. Again, this is not a permanent fix. It's a temporary fix, but it's the fastest temporary fix that I know of. Short of putting a screw back in a hole, which is ridiculous, but I've done it. Anyway, there you go, folks. The Kibosh Rapid Pipe Repair. Please, please, please read the instructions that come with this. There are cautions on the back. And to the novice, I recommend you read them. Even to the professional, because I know we as professionals have a tendency of opening up the box, throwing the stuff on the side. Nobody ever reads the instructions. That's a bad move, guys. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I possibly saved you some money in the future God forbid you have an emergency water situation. But if you have one of these on hand, you're going to be in good hands. So thanks very much, folks, for watching this video. All right, one more thing I want to bring up. I had seen a video on YouTube, and the question was, can these be reused? Now, the idea is these are not permanent fixes, so they should not be kept on there for any amount of time, any length of time. You want to get that plumber in or whoever you're going to call to make that permanent repair and, do the permanent fix. But Ross had stated in this video that if you're going to, if you want to reuse them, when you do store them, they recommend that you store them in the open position because you don't want to apply any kind of pressure permanently to this gasket because I guess it will misform. So you want to keep that pliable. You want to keep that viable. So if you're going to take this off and you're going to want to reuse it, which I'm sure you're going to want to, at least I am, I will store them in the open position. So one more thing to keep in mind. If you're going to store the Kibosh clamp, store it in the open position. Don't leave it closed. This way, it'll be ready to go the next time you're going to be in a position where you want to use this thing. And there you go. So there you go, folks, the Kibosh Rapid Pipe Repair Clamp. In my opinion, this is going to be a game changer. If you have an emergency leak and you can't get a hold of a plumber or you don't know where to shut off the water, these clamps are going to get you out of a jam immediately. If I were you, I would carry one of each size in my toolbox and hopefully you'll never have to use them. Big shout out to Ross Dickinson for inventing the product. Ross, this is going to be a game changer. To everyone else, please be sure to check out these videos that are going to pop up here to my right. I'm glad you stopped by. Watch this video. And as always, folks, I hope to see you in the future. And one more thing, happy plumbing.